would like to share an experience I had just a few minutes ago. I was about to make a video on the soul, and as I was charging my phone to do that, I had an experience. I found myself standing on a field, and the little girl-like creature came up to me. She said her name was Wonder, and she came to show me Wonder, which is a place, and she just waved at me that I'm supposed to follow her. And we were running through the fields, and all of a sudden I felt like I'm in a very thick forest, and it was dark and cold, and I was freezing, and I felt like, okay, maybe I need to walk through this place to reach Wonderland. But all of a sudden Wonder stopped, looked at me and smiled, and obviously she didn't even react to my surprise or anything. I felt like I was shaking with cold, and she didn't even care. And I had to realize that here we are, so she's not going anywhere. I can accept it that I need to walk through this land to reach Wonder, but that this would be the land called Wonder, I was like, no way. It's cold, it's dark, it's not that pleasant at all, and not that friendly. So I was looking around. I could see some sense of beauty in it, but I didn't feel comfortable. Huge trees were waving in the breeze, hundreds of meters above my head. And the air was freezing. The stones were hurting my leg. I really felt like moving on. I knew that we wouldn't go ahead, so I reluctantly asked her, is it really the place we were going to? Yes, it is. Why? Why is it like that? She was smiling. She was also chuckling a bit, like, I know something you don't. And she said, we are there. You just don't see it. Why do you think the king said, give us eyes to see and ears to hear? Because you are in Wonderland. If you think it's too strange to talk to a fairy-like creature and this out of space place, let me tell you, it is in the Bible that you are seated in heavenly places. and it is written so many times that your eyes need to be washed and cured to see. You think experiencing Wonderland is a matter of spiritual state, or advancement, or maturity, or going ahead or reaching the next level. She was speaking to me while kicking around some stones in the ground, and then she looked at me. It's the matter of seeing. My people don't have eyes to see and ears to hear, said my king. Yes, sometimes I definitely felt like Jesus was speaking through this girl. I like the fact that I look like a little girl and everyone thinks I'm just cute, she said. But I know wisdom. And I knew wisdom was not a concept, not even knowledge. Wisdom was him. So you mean I've arrived? Where? Where you wanted to go? To Wonderland. You promised me to take me to Wonderland. I did it. Now you need to learn how to see it. Let me tell you what you would see when you had eyes to see it. You would see this giant and awkward trees in bloom, waving at you in this breeze, telling you with every move that you are loved. These stones would be playing under your feet and you were laugh and shout while jumping on them. Feeling this breeze, you want wrap your arms around you to protect you from the cold. You would open your arms and enjoy this freshness. Then you would sit down in the sun and enjoy the warmth of the sun rays. Then you would go in the woods again, feel the cold again, and you would came back on the fields again. You would just enjoy and stand in awe in whatever you experience, because you would see. It definitely helped me that this girl told me all this stuff. It felt like, yeah, something changed in me. I started to see this place a bit more pleasant. I sometimes even caught myself enjoying this walk. suddenly it hit me. The problem is not with my environment. It is not with me. It's with the fact that I don't see the reality. Wonder, knowing my thoughts, looked at me. You got it, girl. You have eyes to see, and you will give others eyes to see. You will be someone, and you are someone, who has eyes to see and ears to hear. You know and you will know reality. I mean, reality. And at this moment I know she meant so much more with this reality. With this word. You know this is more real than this little illusion world you take for so granted. Your earthly existence is not more real than this thing you see now. Actually, it is less real. You just believe in it more. Because believing is seeing. And seeing is believing. Remember what the Lord asked from Jeremiah. Jeremiah, what do you see? Because what you see is what you will live according to. And what you will manifest. I was amazed at the wisdom this girl carried. I never believed in fairies, but she definitely looked like one. Fairies, she chuckled and started to jump in a large grass. If you're offended by fairies, you should never see Wonderland. And then she was laughing ecstatically. There are some wonders here in Wonderland. Then my eyes opened and I was seeing like in a cartoon. Fishes dancing their dance. In the brook and playing and dancing in a way that they like perform. They take up different forms and dance out different figures. They were so childish and so alive. They were just having fun and playing. They are worshipping Wonder said. If you ask what is worship, it's that. They're so happy for the king and to be in his kingdom that they can't help but dancing. They enjoy it a lot. Anything is worship when you what you do. Out of this outburst of joy that you cannot be separated from the king, said Wonder. I found myself back in the woods again. I was laying my head on Jesus' arms, and we were sitting silently. I knew he was there in wonder. Maybe he was one form of wonder. I don't know. Or wonder was one image of Jesus. I couldn't even get it. Maybe she was a separate creature. Or both? And then it was over.